Hi, good morning. This is Ami, and we're going to do an energy routine. Welcome. So, we're going to start with tapping. Fingertips are going to go to the middle of the eyes, right down on the bone, and we'll start tapping here. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Try and deepen your inhale and your exhale and get them to be even. And you know you're breathing correctly when you inhale into your belly and your belly rises with the inhale or expands. And then comes back down with the exhale. We're going to move down to our second tapping spot. So if you find the middle of your collarbones just below, some people have a divot here. We're going to start bringing in this concept of cleaning or clearing the energy. Our energetic body is larger than our physical body. It's inside of us, it's on us, and it's around us. And we're doing this whole routine to clear the energy, to sort of like going to a chiropractor and getting everything to line up correctly again. And we're doing that with our energy. I'm going to move down to the third spot. I like to use my knuckles for this, right in the center of the chest. And kitty, you're going to have to move for this one. We're going to get ready for our fourth tapping spot by standing up. And we're going to get the shoulders into the right placement for this. So arms in the air and a Y. Keeping the arms straight, pull the shoulder blades, pull the shoulders down, and then the shoulder blades together in the back. A little squeeze in the back. Bring the arms down to a T. Same thing, shoulders down, shoulder blades together. Make sure your knees are slightly flexed. Often when we stand up, you lock in. And then a W, shoulders down, shoulder blades together. And then mirror L's, shoulders down, shoulder blades together. And in this position with the shoulders down, shoulder blades together, we're going to turn the fingers in toward the ribs and tap into the sides of the ribs at the brow line. All right, we're going to do cross pulls. So put your hand on your shoulder, pull down and scrape across to the opposite hip and throw away. We're going to do that side to side. And what we're doing is crossing the energy. We're also scraping off any chits that got stuck in the aura, on the body, and throwing them into, you can imagine, fire or water or into the earth. You can use sound and break it up into the air, into pure light. just so whatever's coming off is purified. And then we're going to do the same thing from top to bottom in panels, scraping off and throwing away anything that might get caught on the surface. And as you start to take off that layer, you might start to feel anywhere in the body that feels a little more achy or stuck. And maybe extend the energy out of your fingers, your physical fingers. Take those energetic fingers and put them inside your body and scrape anything that's inside now. You can do spot cleaning if you feel things, anything that's stuck, any area that feels like it needs a little extra invitation to be let go of. You can invite it out with your energy, your energetic fingers, your little rakes, and then throw it into fire or water or the earth. And we'll take the whole energetic field around you, in fact your whole room, and put it into a ball and put it into the fire or the water or the earth. So there's a nice clean room, and you're just breathing in and out this pure energetic field, breathing it in, breathing it out. And we're going to start marching. So we're crossing the arms, crossing the energy. You might imagine little strings attached to your knees and some very joyful and kind puppeteer somewhere up above, just lifting the knees nice and lightly and playfully. And as your hips warm up, you could lift a little higher. As your shoulders start to warm up, you could swing a little higher. And we can get a little more range of motion in the shoulders. Scoop up and throw over. Make a crazy 8 or an infinity sign around your body. And then for a little brain food, a little more brain food, we're going to reverse directions. What? All right. And we're going to touch the instep, lifting from the inner thigh. And anything that you're taking off your foot, any energy, might want to fling it out, break it up. Let it roll off your fingertips. We're also starting a balance exercise here by standing on one foot at a time. And notice that your balance is a little like a ball. It's not just one point. It's sort of rocking side to side. I'm going to kick out. Outer thighs are lifting. Arms are swinging in the opposite direction. And we're getting a little more into balance. So now maybe think about how the foot on the ground is rooting down and connecting to the earth. And there's a stretchy connection. So you're stretching out and then coming back. And while one leg is stretching, the other is planting. Start to feel that sense of balance on one leg at a time. Now we're going to kick back like ice skating, crossing the arms in the front. You might feel this as a pull in the front of the thighs, the quadriceps. It's a nice little stretch to the quads. While we're still crossing the energy, working with the energetic field. And while we're here, we're still working on balance, 1 foot at a time. And let's work a little bit more on that by holding this position and kicking up, side to side, kicking up, kicking up. So now we're working a little in the hamstrings. And what we do to one set of muscles, we want to do the same to the opposing muscles. So we're working on the hamstrings, stretching out the quads. So now let's kick forward. And we're using the quads to lift and stretching the hamstrings. Crossing the arms, reach for the opposite toe. And when you start warming up into this point, get into the shin and then flex, push your heel out, get into the calf. And then make a little pattern with your pointing and your flexing. All right. So shake out the legs out of the hips. Shake the arms out of the shoulders. Shake the whole body. Shake your jelly belly. Shake your bottom. Feel your spine being like a snake and the connection of your shoulders and neck to your hips through the spine. So there's a dance party going on. And the dance partners are the neck, shoulders, spine, and hips. And again, shake out, shake out, shake out anything that's remaining, and then clean it up in water, fire, the earth, or break it up with sound. All right, let's do a little upper body workout before we sit down, just to make sure the heart rate is down. Grab your weights or your stretchy band, or just use the air. I'm going to start with the upper back. So pulling the elbows back, reach forward and pull, squeeze the shoulder blades together. I like to get in this position for it. So my knees are bent, my hips are back, I'm zipping up the front. Like a zipper starting at the pubic bone, zipping right up, everything squeezing in, squeezing up, and then work into the upper back between the shoulder blades. Feels good. Let's do a couple more. And then we're going to work into the bicep curls. So arms straight down, tucked into the ribs, and then palms are going to come up to the shoulders, but we're going to do this in such a way that you're pushing against a 40-pound weight. So if you don't have any weights, just use your imagination and feel that resistance as you push up maybe a 40-pound weight, really rough, really tough. Whoa, 40 pounds is a lot. Again, keeping the knees soft or flexed. Zipping up the front. Shoulders down and back. Isolating in the biceps, the front of the upper half of the arm. Let's do a couple more. And then we're going to turn to triceps, because what we do on one side, we want to do on the other. Triceps are back here. So shoulders down, elbows back. Upper arm doesn't move. Lower arm is pumping and pushing against that 40-pound weight. Mm-hmm. Couple more. And then shake out your arms, bring them wide. Now we're going to stretch out the tendons, so pushing the palm out, starting with the fingertips back. And then the fingertips up. And the fingertips forward. And the fingertips down. Now we're going to do the same thing, but with the palm in, pushing the wrist out, fingertips down. Fingertips back. Fingertips forward. Fingertips up. Open up the hands, wide arms, pulling the hands toward each other in the back and interlace the fingers, pointing down. You'll notice your shoulders automatically pull back, yet we are going to not concentrate on the shoulders. We're going to concentrate on the chest, opening, and the heart, feeling like it's starting to open and melt, creating a space in the heart. And while we're stretching, make sure your knees are slightly flexed. While we're stretching, while we're opening up in that heart space, listen for anything or watch for anything that's coming out of the heart space, like an image or words, a seed of intention, a mantra, a prayer, self-affirmation, something that wants to be seen and heard, wants to be grown. We're going to release the fingers and keep the shoulders back and down and let the arms come forward. Open the arms wide and then give yourself a hug. Reach for your shoulder blades. Drop the shoulders. Give yourself a hug. Note which arm is on top, if it's left or right. So make a little notation. You'll want to know that later. And just imagine that you are 3 lifetimes from now, giving you right now a hug and starting that self-affirmation of you're doing a great job. You are exactly where you're supposed to be right now. You got this. And then slide your hands down to your elbows, creating a heart space. We're going to rock whatever comes into this heart space. So it could be self-doubt. It could be an angry subpersonality that's coming up and saying, that's a bunch of bullshit. That's not true. Maybe critical self-talk. Invite them into this heart space. Invite in all the voices that are positive too. Invite them in and let them all know that they're welcome here. They're welcome into this heart space of self-acceptance, forgiveness, and love. And we're going to let that beautiful love fest start to grow in the garden in the heart. And pull the arms out to one side, shoulder down and across, and give just a little bit of a shoulder stretch. And then to the other side, a little bit of a shoulder stretch. Bring your arms together, slide up, see which hand is on the top again, which arm's on the top. And we're going to open the arms, open up, reach for the back, interlace your fingers and point down. Bring some breath into that seed, into the garden, into those that have come forward and are in the garden in the heart space, being nurtured. And then while we're here, think about your neck and shoulders and how your neck might like to move right now. Give a little stretch in the neck, however you want to move, whatever feels right for you. Make sure your knees are slightly bent. If you do want to try tipping your head back for that kind of a neck stretch, I'm going to suggest that you open your mouth, let your jaw drop, and look up at the ceiling and lift your nose to the ceiling as opposed to thinking of your head going backwards. Think of lifting and then dropping the shoulders. And then always bring in your opposing stretch. So you want to look down. Lift the crown. And then bring your head forward and look over your right shoulder. Feel how that changes your shoulder. Come back to the center, look over your left shoulder. And just notice how your body reacts to your movements. Looking forward, and release the hands. We're going to find a chair and sit down, and we'll continue our next stretch, and then we'll continue our energy clearing workout. All right, let's start with the right hand holding on under the chair, or if you're in a chair that you can't do that, you could sit on your hand. And take a moment to lengthen, thinking about the physical body is smaller than the energetic body, and that you're inviting your physical body to join out into the energetic body. The energy running through your spine, going up out the top of your head, and down your spine, out the base of the spine. And letting that feeling of stretching, like softening taffy, let it start lengthening. Invite in lengthening. And while lengthening is happening, we can also invite in widening. So the energetic body is running through the midline, pulling out the shoulders and the ribs and the hips. side bodies. And this kind of expanding, the front bodies and the back body also. And we're going to zip up from the pubic bone, a zipper pulling up, pulling in the abs all the way up to the belly button, pulling into the back, pulling up the ribs, pulling together, pulling up the chest, letting the shoulders go down and back. Look over your left shoulder. Hello, Kenzie. Drop the chin so your head is in a diagonal looking down. Left hand's going to hold on to the back of the head. And as you dip your chin down, you're going to push your head against your hand on your head, resisting. So you're resisting, pushing the head up against the hand as you push up and back in this upper back diagonal. And just keep resisting, keep pushing back. And then keeping the left hand where it is, stop resisting and gently guide your chin down more and more and more, guiding your crown forward to a diagonal. And then release that stretch, release your hand. You might feel a little bit of floating. Now we're going to start the same thing on the other side. So left hand is going to hold on to the bottom of the chair if you can, or underneath your bottom if you can't. Take a moment to lengthen. And widen. Oh my, this isn't going to work, Kenzie. And think about yourself as a little orb of light, a little ball that has a center point, and you're expanding out from that center point in all directions. Zip up, look over to the right. Right hand is going to come onto the back of the head. Gently let your chin drop, and then push the back of your hand against the back of your head against your hand as your hand tries to pull your head down. Resist it. Push in that upper back diagonal direction and keep pushing. And now keep the right hand where it is, but stop that pushing. And then just gently let your chin drop more and more and more. And release. Release everything and come back to center. Going to come back to our energy routine. So cross one leg up and over the other. Invite your hip into this position. Just see how it feels. Invite it to let down and relax. Invite your knee to drop a little. The hand that's on the same side of the foot is going to hold on to the ankle. Other hand is going to reach over for the foot, holding the foot. And we're going to inhale and lift everything, your physical body, your energetic body. And then exhale and release. We're going to do that 3 more times. And release your hands. Give your hip and your lower back and your thigh a little attention, a little love. I'm going to uncross the leg and cross the other one up and over. Take a moment to feel your hip in this position. Invite it to let go a little bit, relax a little bit, let the knee drop a little bit. Hand that's on the same side of the foot is going to hold on to the ankle. Other hand is reaching over, holding on to the foot, inhaling everything up, exhaling and releasing. 3 more times. Nice deep breaths. When you're ready, let's keep the leg there for a moment and just give a little attention to that side, to the lower back and the hip and the thigh, all the way down to the knee. And then release that leg. I'm going to bring the hands, fingers are tented, thumbs to the forehead, and breathe 3 times right here. And on your next inhale, pull the fingertips to the middle of your forehead, press in, and as you exhale, pull the skin away, all the way behind your ears, down your body, to your lap. And we'll breathe right here for 3 times. Let's bring the fingers back to the center of the forehead, pressing in. And as you exhale, pull apart, opening up the third eye. Then we're going to move up the forehead, doing the same thing. Eventually up on top of the head, opening up the crown toward the back of the head. Toward the neck. And when you get to your shoulders, hang out on your shoulders, hang down. Let gravity help pull your fingertips down on the shoulders. And then cross the hands over the heart space into butterflies. And we're going to come back to that idea of the seed in the garden in the heart space. And pull out your self-affirmations, self-love. And you can be loud, you can say these out loud so that you can hear them. You is beautiful. You is smart. You is kind. And as you start getting your self-affirmations in order, then we'll deepen and widen them in the neurological pathway from the heart to the brain by doing a little bilateral stimulation, butterfly tapping, maybe to the beat of your heart. Continue your self-affirmations. Bring in self-forgiveness. Bring in the love of a benevolent parent that you are now being for all the parts of yourself that have wanted this. Someone to understand and forgive and love them. I see you. I hear you. I love you. And we're going to bring the palm of one hand onto the heart. Feel that warmth going in to the seeds, to the garden. You got to get down, I'm sorry. And we're going to stand up. Bring that with us. Remember, as we stand, we want to be flexible in our physical body and long and wide, expanded. And now we're going to take that seed, take that garden, and let it grow. Let it grow down through the belly, down through the legs and feet, down into the earth, rooting down, taking the earth's energy, which is very happy that we are doing this, and bringing it up to feed that seed, feed that garden, growing it up through your voice box, through your throat and your mouth where you speak the truth, up through the third eye that informs the truth with your intuition and your higher self and your guide, up through the crown into the energetic field, into the ethereal plane, which is very happy that you're doing this. And take that energy that it's giving you of openness and invitation to let go. Bring it back down through your body, into your heart, into your garden. Let the garden be fed. Let it be growing up and down. And now we're going to take our hands and rub them together and create this little vortex, this little ball, this little place that anything that's ready to be let go of can enter and come in. Form it into a ball. Anything from your physical body, mental body, emotional body, energetic body, spiritual body, anything that is ready to be let go, it's ready to be turned into light. And as it moves into this space, just say thank you for your service. I'm so happy that you're at this place and ready to go, ready to be turned into light. And then let it go. Turn it into light. Throw it into the fire to be purified, or the water, or the earth, or just break it up in the air. And imagine this pure light. And breathe it in and out. Bring your fingertips to your thighs, tented. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bring your hands to Namaste prayer position. Breathe in. We're going to connect heaven and earth, palm up, palm down, looking up. And every time we breathe out, we're going to come back into our prayer hands. Breathe in. We're going to switch side to side to connecting heaven and earth. And as we do this, we're stretching through the physical body. We're stretching into the energetic body. And we're connecting the energies from the earth, from the energetic field, through our heart space. And next time your hands come together in a Namaste prayer position, we're going to stay right there. And we're going to fold forward from the hips or the waist into a ragdoll. So the head is heading down and the hips are heading up. The arms are hanging down. The head, the crown of the head is reaching and rooting down into the ground. Knees are bent. Hips are up in the air, but legs are not straight. Staying in this position, we're going to inhale and lift just a little so the back is parallel to the floor. Exhale and drop back down. And the next time you inhale up into a shelf, bring the chest up and over a wall as you exhale down into ragdoll. And continue to breathe in and out, up into a shelf, down into ragdoll. And the next time you're in ragdoll, stay right there. Pull out the four corners of the feet, so the pad of the big toe, the pad underneath the little toe, the two corners of the back of the heel, side to side, and pull them apart, cable them into the ground, and then root down. So break through the floor, break through the foundation, break through the crust of the earth, root into the earth. Feel your roots going out, down into the moist, warm soil, little fibers coming out of the roots. Feel that intermingling with other root systems, that little tickle and joy and laughter and welcoming. Feel the trees, other people rooting in, animals, little critters in the ground. Feel that joyful party energy. And then feel that gravity-fed earth energy coming back up into your body and keeping you grounded and rooted. We're going to hold on to the elbows and let the arms fall. Let the upper body be pulled down a little more by the weight of the arms. Take a deep cleansing breath in and let go out. Change the cross of the arms. Release your arms so they're hanging, shoulders are rounded, head is hanging. Nod yes and no, shake no, yes, no. And then let your head just hang. Feel a little bit of traction on the neck. That nice letting go. So the neck does a lot of holding the head up right now. It can have a neck vacation and stretch and hang out. Let the skin fall off your bones. Invite your legs to lengthen a little bit more. Pull the skin back onto the bones, lift up just a tad, still in ragdoll position. And take a look down at your hands and start drawing an infinity sign or a lazy 8 on the ground with both hands going together, side and crossing in the middle to side. And then start looking forward and bringing your hands forward with your eyes as you're drawing an infinity sign in front of you, and then look up and start lifting your arms to join your eyes until you're drawing an infinity sign in the sky. And we're doing our part, all of us together right now, to open up the energy between us and the sky and the connection and the knowing that we are all part of the same energetic field. We're moving that energy So getting rid of anything that's stuck. And then bring the back of the hands together and push the energy out all the way down so your hands end up at your sides. And now we're going to do mountain pose. So the feet are securely rooted down in toward the ground, feeling your connection with the earth. The knees are slightly bent. The tailbone is pulling down into the ground and rooting. We're zipping up from the pubic bone up. Shoulders are rolling up, back, and down. Palms are now forward. The crown of the head is lifting. The head is like a helium balloon lifting up out of the body, and the body is the string hanging down from it. In this mountain pose, we're going to bring our fingertips to the pubic bone and press in, and then scrape up as you're zipping up. Inhale up to your lower lip. Energetic fingers are going to push to the back of the throat and turn a key. Exhale and then throw it away above your head. We're going to do this 3 more times. And we're going to do it to the back side, taking a zipper at the base of your spine and zipping it up the back, pulling the hood up over your head, locking and throwing away. And lastly, one hand, the fingers are going to press into the navel. The other hand, the fingers are going to press into the third eye, into the forehead, pressing in and then lifting up. And we're going to stay right here and breathe into a breathing meditation, breathing in this pure light and love and peace that's in the energetic field, ready to be breathed in, becoming it in our bodies, physical body, energetic body, and then breathing it back out, breathing out pure light, peace, and love, and breathing this in and out like you're breathing a wave. And that you are a wave in the ocean that we all are existing in, this energetic field that we're all breathing in and out of right now. And release your hands. Just feel this experience of having your garden growing, being a part of the whole, something larger than ourselves, being a puzzle piece in the big picture. All right, I'm going to have my chair back. And then we'll come back together and say goodbye with a namaste. which my interpretation of Namaste is that I'm feeling so right and part of this all, and you are part of this all, and I recognize that I am part of it. I am the light. I am part of love. I am part of peace, and you are part of light and part of love and part of peace. I recognize that. Namaste.